Atop Olympus, where clouds intertwined with the sun's brilliance, Zeus surveyed his realm with a heavy expression. The mountains rose like sentinels, and the horizon stretched as far as the eye could see. The scent of nectar and the echo of laughter from the other gods seemed distant, lost amidst his unrest. He recalled the prophecy that haunted him, a constant shadow that made him feel like a king on an unstable throne. "My first child with Metis," he murmured to himself, his voice laden with anguish. "She could dethrone me." It was at that moment that Metis, the goddess of wisdom, entered the room, her eyes shining with a soft light, as if she carried all the knowledge of the universe. She noticed Zeus's concern and, with a serene gesture, approached him. "My love, what troubles you?" she asked, her melodious voice breaking the heavy silence. "Metis, the prophecy is clear," Zeus replied, his deep voice resonating in the space. "A child of yours will be more powerful than I. How can I rule knowing that my own blood could bring about my downfall?" The goddess smiled, a smile that radiated confidence. "Wisdom and love are more powerful forces than brute strength, Zeus. We can raise a child who brings balance to our realm, a wise and just son. Do not fear the future, for it is shaped by our choices." Yet Zeus's unease did not dissipate. Deep within, fear transformed into a growing impulse. He looked at Metis, the woman he loved, and an idea began to take form in his mind. What if I cannot take the risk? What if the only way to secure my throne is... Zeus, no, think about what you are saying. Metis exclaimed, concern now lacing her tone. Wisdom lives in us, not in force. We cannot allow fear to lead us to thoughtless actions. But Zeus's resolve strengthened. The struggle between love and fear unfolded in his heart, and in a moment of desperation, he made the decision that would change the fate of Olympus. If the only way to ensure the throne is to prevent the birth of that child, then I will do what is necessary. With those words, he plunged into a spiral of darkness, intent on consuming the very goddess he loved, believing that her wisdom would live on within him, even if her body was absent. Seated on his throne in Olympus, Zeus felt a wave of relief at having consumed Metis. However, this relief was fleeting, quickly replaced by an intense pain pulsing in his head. He stood abruptly, eyes wide, as visions of his wife assailed him. Metis's words echoed in his mind like a mantra. True strength lies in wisdom, not in oppression. He closed his eyes, trying to push the thoughts away, but the pain only intensified. Why does this torment not cease? Zeus murmured, holding his head in his hands. The visions became more vivid, showing Metis surrounded by golden light, her serene smile contrasting with her suffering. "Wisdom cannot be silenced, my love," she cried, and Zeus felt his sanity teetering on the edge of the abyss. Meanwhile, in the depths of the underworld, Hades observed with a cunning gaze. He knew that Zeus's agony could be the opening he needed. With a gesture of his skeletal hand, he summoned the souls of the ancient titans, who awaited a sign of vengeance. "Brothers of yore, it is time to unite against the usurper of Olympus," he declared, his voice echoing through the dark caverns. The souls, thirsty for retribution, began to murmur in approval. Back in Olympus, Zeus, now consumed by pain, decided he could not bear this alone. He summoned the other gods for an urgent meeting. Athena, Apollo, and Hera were present, their faces marked by concern. "Supreme God, what troubles you?" Athena asked, worry evident in her voice. "You seem altered. I am being tormented by visions, premonitions I do not understand," Zeus replied, his voice trembling. "I feel that Metis still lives within me, whispering about wisdom and power." Hera exchanged a skeptical glance with Apollo, who crossed his arms, showing his disbelief. "Zeus, you need to strengthen yourself, not be led by these illusions," Apollo said, trying to calm him. But Zeus, in his anguish, insisted. "They are not illusions. I am losing control. Something is approaching, and I cannot face it alone." He struck his hand against the throne, the pain growing, while the gods around him remained silent, uncertain of how to handle their king's fragility. In the darkness of his own torment, Zeus felt the pulsating agony in his head, as if 1,000 hammers were striking against his skull. Yet, amid this pain, a soft and firm voice began to echo, filling the void left by loneliness. "Zeus, do not fear the wisdom that I carry within you," said the voice, which he soon recognized as the essence of Metis. "Fear only confines you. Seek the truth and the wisdom that has always been within your reach." "But how? How can I trust what has brought me here?" Zeus murmured, anguished, as the storm roared outside, as if Olympus itself resonated with his pain. "You must free yourself from the weight you carry," Metis replied, her voice now clearer. "Wisdom is not a weakness, but a strength that can guide you. You need to go to the mountain of destiny. Only there will you find what you seek." With a deep sigh, Zeus felt the pressure in his head becoming unbearable. He rose from his throne, determined. "So be it," he declared, his voice resonating with new resolve. "I will seek wisdom, not strength." That stormy night, Zeus climbed the steep trail to the mountain of destiny. The rain fell like tears from the sky, but he did not care. Upon reaching the summit, where the winds howled like lost souls, he sat in meditation. "May the answers come," he whispered, closing his eyes. The storm around him seemed to calm as he sought serenity. Then, amidst the darkness, a vision began to form. He saw a majestic figure, a warrior goddess in shining armor, emerging from his own head. "You are Athena," Zeus realized, his heart racing. "The wisdom and strength that I feared." "Yes, I am the union of Metis and Zeus," said Athena, her voice echoing like thunder that brings peace. "I am the manifestation of the wisdom you ignored. Together, we can restore the balance you have destroyed." Zeus looked at her, a mix of fear and hope in his gaze. "How can I guide you? How can I be the father you deserve? Set aside fear and embrace wisdom," Athena replied, her penetrating gaze unwavering. "True power does not lie in brute strength, but in the ability to learn and grow. Together, we can face any challenge that comes." With those words, Zeus felt the pain in his head diminish, as if a light had been ignited in his soul. "Yes, I will learn. I will be the ruler you need." And thus, amidst the storm, father and daughter united in a pact of wisdom and strength, ready to face whatever fate had in store for them. Zeus, now imbued with a new determination, decided it was time to free the essence of Metis that dwelled within him. He retreated to his laboratory, a space filled with jars and magical ingredients, where the aroma of nectar and ambrosia lingered in the air. The walls were adorned with images of ancient gods and symbols representing wisdom and strength. He set to work, mixing the golden nectar with ambrosia while murmuring to himself, "If wisdom is truly within me, there must be a way to bring it to light," he thought, focusing on the essence of the goddess he had consumed. He inhaled deeply, feeling the pulsing energy of the elixir he was creating. The liquid began to glow with an intense light, reflecting his hope and desire for transformation. With a decisive gesture, Zeus raised the chalice to his lips and, with a deep gulp, drank the elixir. The transformation was instant. A wave of energy coursed through his body, making the pain that tormented him disappear as if it had never existed. He closed his eyes, allowing the sensation of relief to wash over him. When he opened his eyes again, a majestic figure stood before him. Athena, clad in shining armor and a helmet that reflected the light of Olympus, emerged as a powerful vision. "Father," she declared in a voice that resonated like the echo of mountains, "your struggle is not only against those who threaten the throne. You must restore balance between gods and mortals." Zeus stared intently at the daughter he had never imagined seeing. "Athena, you are the embodiment of the wisdom I feared. But how can I restore that balance?" he asked, his voice laden with anxiety and hope. "By using your strength, not only to rule, but to guide. Wisdom must be shared, not hoarded," Athena replied, maintaining a firm gaze. Mortals need just leaders, and gods must learn to listen to their voices. Hearing those words, Zeus felt a renewed sense of purpose. He understood that strength without wisdom was futile, and that, together, they could create a new path, one that was not based on fear, but on understanding and collaboration among all beings. "Then, let us go together to this new destiny, Athena," said Zeus, his heart overflowing with pride and expectation. "Let us show everyone that true power lies in the union of wisdom and strength." With a nod, Athena grasped her spear, and the two prepared to face the challenges ahead, ready to rewrite the story of Olympus and the world. The breezes of Olympus seemed charged with electricity as Zeus and Athena braced themselves for the impending battle. The ground trembled beneath the feet of the gods and mortals gathering around their leaders. Athena, clad in her shining armor and a helmet that made her appear even more majestic, looked at her father. "Father, we need a solid strategy. The Titans won't attack without a plan," she said, her voice firm yet restrained. Zeus nodded, admiring his daughter's determination. "You're right, Athena. We must unite our forces. We need mortals, gods, and even those who opposed us in the past. Justice and wisdom are more powerful when shared." Inspired by Athena's idea, the gods began to organize. Hermes, the messenger, flew back and forth, summoning warriors and champions from all corners of the world. Ares, the god of war, though somewhat reluctant, agreed to join the cause, recognizing the importance of what was at stake. On the horizon, dark clouds gathered, heralding the storm to come. "Listen," Athena raised her voice, capturing everyone's attention. "Today we fight not just for our survival, but for the balance between gods and mortals. Let's show them that strength without wisdom leads to destruction." A cry of approval echoed among the gathered, and the army took their positions. Hades' forces, led by furious titans, advanced slowly toward the battlefield in Tartarus. The tension was palpable, and the gods, with Athena at the forefront, felt adrenaline coursing through their veins. As the confrontation began, war cries resonated through the air. Athena, with her strategic skill, directed the attacks, ensuring that the gods and mortals worked in perfect harmony. "Attention! Flank the Titans from the left," she commanded, pointing to the enemy formation. The battle intensified. Zeus, with his lightning in hand, unleashed powerful strikes, but it was Athena who orchestrated the dance of battle, guiding everyone with precision. In the heat of combat, Zeus spotted Hades, who led the Titans with a dark expression, determined to exact his revenge. "Hades!" Zeus shouted, his voice cutting through the cacophony of the fight. "Come fight by my side. We are not enemies." Hades hesitated, his expression of anger mingling with confusion. "Zeus, you don't understand. I'm trapped in something greater than you can imagine. I'm not the one commanding this battle." Zeus realized there was something deeper at play, something that transcended their past quarrels. "Then let's discover what's really happening. Together, we can face this evil." The climax of the battle was just beginning, and the true forces at play began to reveal themselves, leaving the gods on high alert. The battle in Tartarus finally reached an unexpected climax. In the heat of the combat, a dark presence manifested, revealing itself as Eris, the goddess of discord. With a mischievous smile, she hovered over the battlefield, her aura of chaos emanating like a storm poised to unleash upon Olympus. Athena, with her keen mind, recognized the ancient goddess instantly. "Eris!" she exclaimed, her voice resonating with authority. "You have no place here. Your desire for chaos will only bring ruin to us all." Eris laughed, her laughter echoing like thunder. "Ah, Athena, always so full of virtues. But you should know that chaos is an inevitable force. It will always find a way." Zeus, observing the scene, felt the urgency to act. He turned to Hades, who was still struggling against the chains of manipulation. "Hades, listen. Discord is not our enemy, but a force that can be redirected. Together, we can unite our powers. Hades, confused, looked at Zeus. Do you really believe I can free myself from this influence? She promised me power and dominion. Empty promises, my brother. Athena interjected. Eris only seeks to exploit your weaknesses. Join us, and together, we can defeat her. Wisdom and strength combined are unbeatable. After a moment of hesitation, Hades finally nodded. The determination in his gaze ignited. I'm with you. Let's put an end to this goddess of discord. With the alliance formed, Zeus, Athena, and Hades united, creating an unbeatable triangle of strength against Eris. With a unified shout, they charged forward, and the battle intensified. Athena, with her brilliant strategies, directed the attacks, while Zeus channeled his divine strength and Hades used his dominion over shadows. May wisdom prevail over chaos, shouted Athena, causing a wave of power to emanate from her body. The light she emanated illuminated the battlefield, dissipating the darkness that Eris was trying to spread. The goddess of discord, realizing she was surrounded, attempted to cast a spell of despair. You will never be able to defeat me. Chaos is eternal. But with a coordinated movement, the three gods attacked. Hades invoked the lost souls of Tartarus, and Zeus launched a lightning bolt that cut through the sky. Athena, with her spear, guided the final attack, driving it into the heart of Eris's storm. With a desperate scream, the goddess of discord was consumed by her own fury, disappearing in an explosion of light and shadows. The battle was coming to an end, and peace began to reign once again on the field of Tartarus. As they looked at each other, Zeus, Athena, and Hades understood the depth of that victory. Zeus, with a satisfied smile, said, "Today we learned that it is not strength that defines our power, but the unity and wisdom we cultivate together." Athena, now recognized for her wisdom, approached Zeus. "Balance has been restored, Father, and from now on, our legacy will be one of peace and understanding." With that, the gods committed to protect not only Olympus but also the earth, ensuring that wisdom would always prevail over unchecked power. The era of Athena and Zeus was just beginning, and they were ready to face any challenge that came their way.